On this episode of AMA Air, learn about the first ever Rotor Riot Rampage.
Plus, learn about some new features available on AMA's website.
And find out about some very important deadlines that are coming up soon. All that and more on this episode of AMA Air.
Hello, and welcome to AMA Air, your source for modeling news. I'm Chris Savage.
And I'm Claire Aldenheisen.
Northrop Grumman Company has revealed an enhanced version of its full-scale Firebird aircraft that can be flown with or without human crew on board. The new version of the airplane was revealed to select members of the media on December 6th. The Firebird's design is based on a similar aircraft known as Model 355, which was also developed by Scale Composites, a Northrop Grumman subsidiary. The new airplane has a 79-foot wingspan, twin booms, a large fuselage payload bay, and a two-crew cockpit. The cockpit can be removed and replaced with an antenna or other equipment that allow it to be remotely piloted. The airplane is expected to be available to purchase later this year.
The U.S. Navy might one day use unmanned vehicles to conduct surveillance both underwater and on land. Looking for potential threats from the air is not a new concept for the U.S. Navy. During the Cold War and the years that followed, aircraft carriers had fixed-wing aircraft and helicopters that could search for anti-submarine warfare operations. The most common aircraft option was an S-3 Viking. The S-3 Vikings were retired from service in 2009 and there were no aircraft to replace them. This could possibly make U.S. Navy submarines vulnerable to enemy attacks. Navy officials believe that unmanned aerial vehicles could be a good solution.
If you live near the Northeast and you're looking for an excuse to get out of the house in February, AMA Expo East could be the activity for you. AMA Expo East will take place February 22nd to the 24th at the Meadowlands Exposition Center in Secaucus, New Jersey. The annual event will feature 4 guest speakers, several exhibitors, aircraft for sale, and the RC resale hangar, informative how-to sessions with model aviation contributor Terry Dunn, and more. Find out more about AMA Expo East and purchase your tickets at amaexpoeast.com. So how excited are you for AMA Expo East?
I can't wait. I think my favorite part about it are the how-to sessions, actually.
I do like those a lot, absolutely. And I just love the opportunity for, folks in that part of the country. You can't really fly a whole lot in February, but
except
it's a great
indoors. I mean, who doesn't want to get outside?
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. Get out of the house, go enjoy the hobby inside the convention
center. So close to summer. You can buy everything for summertime. Perfect.
Warmer months are on their way.
About 200 pilots and 100 spectators traveled to Barnwell, South Carolina for the first ever Rotor Riot Rampage. An article about this gathering is featured in the February issue of Model Aviation. Let's take a look at this fun event.
So I'm here in Barnwell, South Carolina at the very first Rotor Riot Rampage, an event designed for FPV freestyle pilots for FPV freestyle pilots. This has been an incredible 2-day event where people have gotten to fly everything from small tree courses to huge abandoned buildings. They've had everything here for everyone. They even had a music stage and a small art gallery as well. Literally, if there was something you wanted to see at an event like this, they had it. One of the coolest things for me that I saw was called the Rotor Riot Rampage Throwdown. This was a freestyle event like no other. Imagine the same way you see skateboarding in competitions where you have to find the best lines, the best tricks. They had this same kind of event here with FPV Freestyle. It was absolutely amazing, had people on the edge of their seat.
It feels amazing, man. Like I can't even believe it. I had a couple crashes. Thought I did some pretty cool things in between, tried to mix it up a little bit. So I did really good the first day. Second day I did okay. It's just friends, man, hanging out. Everybody's just kicking back, flying packs, hanging out with the buddies that you get to see online. We never battled all weekend. I've been getting hit with balls all weekend. It's crazy. That just hanging out by the campfire, watching the UFC fight, just doing it, man, having a good time.
it ended up being awesome, and I think a lot of that is because this community is just freaking awesome. And if it wasn't for these guys, I knew that if it wasn't perfect, you know what I mean, they'd probably make the big deal out of it. But this is that community where if the guy next to you has a broken prop or needs a tool, every guy around him is easy to help you out. And that's why I'm really thankful that this kind of community exists, and to have an event like this come out like this, and it came out great. I'm really happy. I think it went out really, really well.
You can see a full video and photos of the Rotor Riot Rampage at modelaviation.com.
Coming up, we will preview some local events that are happening soon.
And still ahead, we're bringing you some exciting news about AMA's website.
The Licking County Radio Control Club will be holding its annual swap shop and auction on February 2nd in Newark, Ohio. The doors open at 8:30 a.m. and the auction starts at noon.
The Arizona Model Aviators will be hosting the 15th annual Arizona Electric Festival, February 8th through the 10th in Mesa, Arizona. The event will feature a Saturday noon show and night fly.
Imperial RC Club will be holding Florida E-Jet Fest International, February 8th through the 10th in Mulberry, Florida. Prizes will be awarded for fastest jet, pilot's choice, and best craftsmanship.
Derby Radio Control Club is holding the 58th Air Capital RC and Model Auction on February 9th in Wichita, Kansas. There will be concessions on site.
The Westminster Aero Modelers are holding a flea market on February 9th in Westminster, Maryland. Admission is $5, and they will also be holding a 50-50 raffle.
The Palm Beach Radio Control Association is hosting a swap meet on February 10th in Delray Beach, Florida. Admission is $3 and the doors open at 9 a.m.
For more information on these events or to find one in your area, you can check out the sanctioned event calendar in Model Aviation or at modelaircraft.org.
Coming up, find out what helpful tools on AMA website are now at your fingertips. Two new tools that could make your life a little easier are now on AMA's website. These are the Club Roster Management Tool and the Online Event Sanctioning Portal. Let's see how one of these features works.
Now available is the Online Event Sanctioning Portal. The redeveloped portal makes the event sanctioning process more intuitive for contest directors and event managers. It uses a familiar step-by-step process to guide users through the event sanctioning process. Improvements also include a helpful map to help you visually verify that you entered the correct latitude and longitude for your flying site, a help icon, and the opportunity to purchase advertising for your event. This portal can easily be found on modelaircraft.org under the Events menu.
So I'm personally really excited to see that these events are making their way out. myself and some other folks have been working really hard to put these things together, and overall we're really, really happy with the way they've come together.
I think people are going to be really excited that they can easily plan their events and get them out there. I love that you can purchase advertising now.
Yeah.
I think that's a great aspect of it because it'll get the word out, it'll get more people interested in the hobby, and that's what we always want, right?
Exactly, exactly. And the best thing in my opinion is this is scalable now. So we can continue to develop this, we can improve it over time. I think that these tools are great now, and I think they're only going to become even better as time
I agree.
goes
I
on.
can't wait.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Well, did you know that there are 2 important deadlines for clubs and AMA youth that you don't want to miss? Well, coming up, learn about when you need to apply for AMA Takeoff and Grow grants and student scholarships.
Generations of Flight is all about showcasing model aircraft enthusiasts and their love for the hobby. This month we're featuring stories about getting into the hobby at an early age. So visit generationsofflight.com, click on Submit a Photo, and share your story today.
February 1st, 2019 is a very important date for clubs and AMA youth members. That is the deadline to apply for Takeoff and Grow grants and AMA scholarships. TAG grants are awarded to clubs to encourage them to promote model aviation as a recreational activity in their communities. The grants can be used to hold open house style events and other fun activities. Each club can receive up to $1,000 in TAG grants. AMA youth interested in applying for a college scholarship also need to do so by February 1st. Each year, approximately $40,000 in endowments and scholarships is available to graduating seniors and those currently in college. To apply for a scholarship, you must be an AMA member. You can find out more about TAG grants and AMA scholarships on AMA's website.
AMA's new Government Affairs Director, Tyler Dobbs, wanted us to share some information with our viewers about FAA registration. On December 12, 2017, Congress reinstated FAA registration for all unmanned aircraft weighing between 0.55 pounds and 55 pounds. Many of us received our registration number before December 12th and expected that it was now time to renew. However, due to a ruling by the U.S. Court of Appeals, those who obtained an FAA registration number before December 12, 2017 will have their registration expiration date extended to December 12, 2020. The only caveat to this rule is for those individuals who specifically requested that their names be taken off of the FAA registration database. If you've requested to have your name and personal information removed, you no longer have an FAA registration number in the system. If you're uncertain whether or not you have a valid FAA registration, you can access your FAA account at faadronezone.faa.gov. This site will allow you to view your personal FAA registration number and expiration date. And we strongly advise that you avoid registering your aircraft anywhere but at the official FAA website. If you register under Section 336, the fee is $5 for a 3-year registration, and hobbyists receive one identification number for all of the aircraft that they own. Please be aware of unofficial registration websites that charge exorbitant fees or require separate registration fees for each recreational aircraft. The FAA Drone Zone is the only way to make sure that your drone is properly registered. Well, that's all for this episode of AMA Air. You can stay connected with us by following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
For even more videos, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And from all of us here at AMA, thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time. But what time is it?
It's time for flying!
It's time to get flying.